Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Harika. So in today's video, I am going to show you how you can quickly sort your data table. So let's say if there is a requirement where you have a data table which is not in a certain order and you wanted to sort it either in the ascending order or in the descending order. So this can be done quickly without using any activities except assign activity using Linq queries, and you will also know how you can do this using coding, right? So this will be more technical, and also this is an additional video for the playlist of the Linq queries series that we already have. So if you are following me earlier, there's a full playlist of 13 videos on my channel which talks about Linq queries, joining, selection, where, summing, grouping, ordering, all of these Linq queries I have clearly and detailedly explained on my channel with every small example that makes you to understand the whole concept. And also I have provided the whole project in the GitHub where you can quickly access the queries and everything. And also you can find the queries in the description. So do check it out and keep them handy, and you can use them whenever you need them. Okay. So if you don't know how you can reach out to those queries, let me quickly show you. Just go to, sorry, just go to Chrome, and on my channel, and you can find a YouTube link that directs to my channel. Okay, so go here, and here you can see there are a lot of videos, playlists, and all such things. So here, just below them in the home page itself, you can find the Linq query, all the videos for the Linq query. So this is the most loved playlist on my channel where I can see a lot of people are actually utilizing the content from this particular playlist. So you can just check out this particular link on my channel where you can find all the videos related to playlist, right from the basic till to the advanced. Okay, so having said that, let's get into the video and see how you can quickly sort a data table, whether it can be ascending or descending. So for that, I have actually taken a data table. So let me first show you what data table I have taken. I've taken an Excel. So that's price table. So in this, I just have few columns where one is item, second one is price, and the third one is quantity. So if you see, it's not sorted, it's just random. So it has price all across, all over, like ranging from high, medium, low to again high, medium, low. So I wanted to sort this in a descending order. So starting from highest price till to the lowest price. And again, if I wanted to sort it in the ascending order, so how can I do that? How can I change that in my data table? So that's the agenda for today. So now I will quickly show you, before I recreate this, I'll quickly show you what we will end up by, what you can learn by end of this video. So I'm just debugging this. So I read the price table from the Excel, and I just did all the Linq query operations. So we can see what's the output in the immediate panel. So I have my, you can see here, DT price table. So let me first clear up all. Okay, so I'm having my DT price table. So we have seen this table in the Excel, right? So this is across, all across the prices are given over here. And then I am going for ascending table. That means it starts with lowest price and keeps on increasing, right? So I have lowest price, then 50, 200, 300, 500, until the maximum price, which is 35,000, right? In the same way, if you wanted to give descending order, right? So what is descending order? Starting from highest till to the lowest. So the opposite of this. Okay, 35,000, 15,000, 8,000, like that, it keeps on decreasing to the minimum price, which is 50 rupees. Okay, this is how by end of this video you can learn how you can sort your data table either in ascending or in a descending. So it's quite simple. You don't need so many logics. So as you all know that I have explained the previous Linq queries, if you have followed them, is this will be a piece of cake for you. But if you haven't followed any of those videos, then I would recommend start at least with the basic ones to understand why we're using these queries in certain way to extract certain functions or to utilize certain functions. Okay, so first of all, I will recreate this whole video. Okay, so firstly for that I will take a new sequence and I would say sort demo. Okay, as a sort is already there, I'll take sort demo. And here, first of all, what I have to do, I should take the I should read that particular workbook. So for that, I'm using read range workbook activity, and I'm reading the price table. So the value is in the sheet 1, and also I wanted to take the output inside my DT price table. Perfect. This is clear, right? Then next, this contains the data as it is in the gibberish way. That means it doesn't follow any order. So next, the second thing is I wanted to sort the values and put it into a data table, right? So for that, I should create a variable. So I'm taking an assign activity. That means whatever the ascending order that I do, that goes into a particular data table, right? So what data table that is? Let's create a variable dt descending table. Okay, dt descending table, and this table. Okay, now I'm going to write the query. This table contains the descending order. That means the values that are sorted in descending order. Okay, so for that, I'm gonna write the query. So first of all, we all know that in order to fetch or in order to utilize the functions of the Linq query, we have to convert this data table as enumerable, right? I spoke about this a lot in the beginning videos of the Linq query. If you don't know why we are using certain functions, okay? So for that, what is our actual table? DT price table, right? I am going to convert that as enumerable. Okay, as enumerable. So this is a basic step we usually do in order to fetch the values. But we wanted to sort this, right? But what exactly? These are the values from this, right? We call the values in this as a data rows, right? So for that, what I'm doing from this particular data table, what I wanted to extract the data rows, right? So from x, just declaring that rows as x, you can give x, y, z, whatever the variable you want. Okay, from x in this particular data table, right? In this particular data table. So what I actually wanted to fetch, I wanted to order them, right? I wanted to sort them. So for that, we have a function called order by. Okay, we have a function called order by. So from this particular, from rows in this particular enumeration, I wanted to order, right? I wanted to sort them in a certain order. So what this actually gives me, it gives me certain values, right? Those are also data rows, right? So I wanted to order by what exactly I wanted to, what is the criteria? So if you see in this data table, I will save it till this part. So you should give the criteria now. So if I open this, what is the criteria? There are a lot of columns in this, right? So what column you wanted to consider as a criteria to order? So whether it's an item or price or quantity, what is the criteria that you wanted to pick? Because with respect to that, it will sort. So here, if I wanted to sort with respect to price, I should let my robot know that this is the criteria. So how do I do that? So here I'm going. So how you usually pick up that particular row? So we have created X, right? X is a row here. So for that, I am giving X of the column name, price dot toString. Okay. And also what you wanted to provide here, you wanted to say that this is a integer. So if you wanted to sort, you should make sure that it's an ascending or descending order, whether it's a greater or higher value, we do it with respect to an integer. So you should convert this whole thing into an integer. So C int of this. Perfect. So I'll just slowly again revise this whole thing. So first thing, from X in, that means from that particular row in, what? DT price table. Why we are giving as enumerable? In order to utilize the functions, you have to first convert them into an enumerable. Okay, otherwise you cannot utilize these particular functions. Okay, so I'm converting that as enumerable. And what is my requirement here? I wanted to sort it. So for that, we are using the function order by. With respect to what you wanted to order? With respect to the price value. So for that, I have taken x of price dot toString. But again, that's a numeric only we can use to sort, right? So that's why I gave C int of x of price dot toString. And after that, what you wanted to tell? You wanted to sort it, but you should tell whether it's an ascending order or descending order, right? So let's say I'm giving it in descending. Okay, I wanted to put it in a descending order, and this gives me all the data rows, right? This gives me all the data rows. So I'm gonna select all the data rows, all the rows. That means all X. That's it, right? It gives me all the data rows. That's it. Just say save. Clear? This is what? This is a simple query. Okay. So for, what is the error here? So this DT descending table, we should convert the variable type as data table. Okay. By the time we write ascending, you would be understanding why we are writing in such a way. Okay. Nice. So data table, data row. Okay. So we should convert this into a data table. So that is the error that it is showing. So even though if you are getting errors, it's quite simple that you can understand them. Okay. Once after you read the error, you could able to resolve it. So for this, they are telling that this select basically written. So if you have watched a select query video, I have already told in that the select returns data rows, right? So it returns data rows, all the data rows, right? That matches this condition. So for that to convert into a data table, we have to copy to data table. We just have to use this. That's it. So it copies the whole thing and it will return the data table, which we can store it here, right? And also one more thing is, if you give this directly this way, you will get an error, because the DT descending table, we have to initialize it, right? We have to initialize that particular data table. So for that, what I'm going to do here is I am going to assign DT descending table and DT price table dot clone. I'm cloning it because so that we will get the headers as well, right? So this particular thing also I spoke on my channel in one of the videos. Object reference error in Linq. So this is the video. Okay, so these are all the things. This video contains everything that I already spoke on my channel earlier. So you can learn a lot of things from this video. If you haven't watched the previous videos, go check it out. That gives you a full understanding. So even if you don't know about the Linq queries, you can start it up from that particular playlist. Nice. So now I'll just keep a log message here and we will monitor the output in the immediate panel. Okay. So now I'll put a breakpoint here and I will close this particular Excel and I will debug this. Okay, I'll just put one more breakpoint to show you what this would mean. Okay, this has already passed that, but I'll show you when I run the next time. Okay, so now we can just check what does the descending table contains. Maximum to minimum. Perfect. So now I would expect that ascending table. So maybe you can just pause the video for some time and you can take that as an exercise and do it by yourself. Okay, so before I teach it, you try to do it. How you can do the ascending? It's quite similar, just a small changes here and there. So it's quite similar. You just try it from your side and then you cross check whether your query is right or wrong. Okay, so for that I'm just trying to put the same thing, assign. So I'll just create a variable dt ascending table. Okay. And what should I do? I should initialize, otherwise I'll get an error. So I'm cloning the header. So that means I'm saying this particular table is having that particular headers. Okay. So I'll show you what is the output of this also when I run it in the debug mode, so that you can understand what's happening at this assignment, right? And then I'm assigning dt ascending table. And here I'll write the query again. I don't